Okay, we're going to try this out. I've changed some settings here. We're going to try streaming. I'm going to go and post the stream on my social media feeds. I'll be right back with you. Oh, I even have a thing. There. Isn't that cool? All right. Get the stream up. Options. Get shareable link. Pull here. Okay. Make sure everything's good. Yep. Okay. That's all good. We are ready to go. Turn this off. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Board Games with Scott Live. So on this show, what I'm doing is I'm live streaming explorations of games. I decided to start this show because I found that over the pandemic and this lockdown time, I was buying more and more games that were coming in from Kickstarters or pre-orders, but they were just sitting there in a pile because I really wasn't inspired or excited to get involved with the games. And so wanted to find some way of sitting down, talking about the games as I play them, doing what I used to do in my game lab. When I had students around, I'd get new games and I would set them up and invite students in, and then we'd chat about games as we explored them. And so I'm going to do the same thing here. This isn't a proper teaching video. That's not my goal, but you'll understand what's going on with the game by the time we're done, because I'm going to play the game as a two-handed game and explain the decisions I'm making as I'm going through and chatting. This is live, and so if you have questions, you can put them in the chat and I will see them. It's about a 30-second delay. I've been experimenting with various settings. I live out in rural Ontario now, and so I have a satellite internet, which is not great, and so I've been having some struggles with some of the streams. So what I've tried doing this time around is I've tried lowering my frames per second. I've tried shrinking the picture a little bit and changing some of the settings. So hopefully, because this isn't a video game stream, it's not going to focus on action. It doesn't need to be a 30 or 60 frames per second. It's just fine. It's a card game. So, woo, look at it move. So if everything looks a little jiggly, that's because I've lowered my frames per second, hopefully to make this work better from my home here in the middle of nowhere. I am looking forward to Starlink coming through with SpaceX and those satellites. It's going to be available soon here, so that should be nice and allow me to do a better job with this. But we are going to get into Point Salad. Point Salad is a game by AEG Games. It's a lighter weight card game. One of the things I'm always looking for with games, I like to cruise, and that's one of the things I've really missed with the pandemic is not cruising. And on cruises, I'm always looking for games that are small and interesting, games that have some depth. A good one, for example, is San Juan. San Juan is the card game version of Puerto Rico. And that's one I always like to take because if there's a lot of depth to that game, a lot of replayability. What I find is I also take things like, typically what I do is I take a Ticket to Ride box and put a bunch of games inside it and carry the Ticket to Ride box around. A lot of people have heard of Ticket to Ride, so when they see me carrying Ticket to Ride on a cruise ship, if they're interested in games, they'll come up and talk to me about it. It also is attractive and easy to talk about. It's like Rummy with a map. I can show them so I can get people engaged, and then I put other games in that box. And I'm always looking for small games that are easy to carry, but that carry a lot of replayability, a lot of weight if I want it. So San Juan is a good one for that, and I'm curious, I think this one might serve well. Games that are easy to explain are always things I look for. So today we're going to talk about point salad. Now, point salad is a joke. If you haven't been around the board game world, then you might not understand the joke of point salad. But point salad was a term that was used for games that offer you kind of like a salad bar. It's like there's a lot of things you can do in the game, and everything you do gets you points. And the idea is that you do an assortment of stuff, and then by the time you're done, you calculate your points. And if you got more than you made the better plate at the salad bar, then you win. Which is kind of like how it is when you go to a buffet or a salad bar. Oh, I miss buffets. I miss Chinese buffets a lot. That's something that I don't know when we'll ever see those again, but that's something that I miss. But anyway, so you'd go at the buffet and you get your plate, and you're with someone else, and you get your plate, and you sit down and you look at their plate, and their plate looks a lot better than yours, and you're like, oh, you won buffet game because they found something that you didn't find, or just whatever they've done makes your plate. For me, it just looks like a big stew, really. But anyway, so point salad was a term given to board games that used that concept, where you had a bunch of different things you could do to earn points. And so it was like a point salad bar. So this game, they took that concept literally of point salad. So the idea is that you are collecting vegetables in order to earn points. So it just cuts out all the nonsense and gets straight to the game. And so what's going on in point salad? It's a straightforward game. There are 6 kinds of vegetables represented by these cards, and there are different goals that these cards tell you. And so, for example, if you have this card here, this tells you that at the end of the game, for every yellow pepper you have, you get a point, and for every eggplant you have, is that an eggplant? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, cabbage. For every cabbage you have, you get a point. Now, what they did with this game that's very clever is this is a resource card. Whoop, where's my camera? There's my camera. So every card is a resource on one side and a goal on the other side. So that's cool. So the game is just this set of cards that you see, and you use different numbers of cards for different numbers of players. For 2 players, we're going to use 36 cards, and you play the game till all the cards are gone, and then you're going to score your tableau. Now, the way the game works is on your turn, you may take 2 vegetables or 1 point card. That's it. You put it in front of you face up so everyone can see what you're trying to collect and what you're trying to do. Another option you have is you can choose to take a card that you have already taken, to take a point card that you've already taken, and you can flip it over. So once you flip it over, it then becomes whatever it is on the other side, but you can never flip it back. So it's not a good choice, because to get this card, it was the only card you got for the turn. You could have taken 2 vegetables, but instead you took points. But it may be that as you're playing, you look at your tableau and you're saying, well, I need this, and I'm not getting those at all. I think it's better for me to just give up on that and to just get points other ways. So that's it for the turn, is you're going to take 2 vegetables or 1 goal, and you bounce back and forth until you've taken all the cards, and that's the end of the game. So there we go. Let's get into it. So randomly pick a player to go first. Oh, it's me. Yay, I get to go first. Oh, wait, I'm playing both sides. So we're going to play 2 sides here. So we're going to start over here. And again, I'm looking. So my choices are, this one is 2 points for a lettuce, 2 points for a carrot, but -4 for an onion. This one is 2 points for a tomato, 2 points for a lettuce, -4 for a carrot. And this one is every set of 3 eggplants is worth, not eggplants, I'm going to call them eggplants, aren't I? Yes, I am. Every set of 3 cabbages is worth 8 points. So I'm looking at that and I think, well, I see lots of tomatoes out there, so I'm going to go for this one here that's going to give me points for tomatoes and lettuce, but I don't want carrots. Okay, there you go, and we're off. And we're point salading. Now this person's turn, so this person looks. Now the new one that came up is 2 points for a tomato, 1 point for a carrot, and -2 points for an onion. Now I look over and I see this person doesn't want carrots. So maybe I want to focus on something that's going to get me carrots because they want to avoid carrots. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one here because that one gets me points for carrots and they're not going to want carrots. So there you go. And we go on. So now, well, I need to start getting my points. So I'm going to go ahead and take a, so if you get an eggplant, a cabbage, a carrot, and a tomato, it's worth 8 points. So I don't want that at all because I don't want to have any carrots. That's the choice I have to make. So I'm going to go ahead and start accumulating some points. So I'm going to take a lettuce and tomato. Put those there. And then whenever you take cards, you flip them over to replace them from these decks. And that's what you do. So now it's this person's turn. So I want lettuce and I want carrots. And I kind of think I'm going to take this one because I know they don't want carrots, so this might help me to accomplish some goals later on. Okay, back over to here. So now I see this is 3 points for a pepper, minus 2 points for a cabbage. I get 1 point for a pepper, 1 point for an onion. So you want to start to look at combos. So I see actually this one might combo nicely with this other one that I have because both are needing lettuce. So if I take this and then I want to try to accumulate more lettuce, that's going to help me out. Over here, so I need to start getting some veggies. I know that they don't want the carrots, so I may leave the carrots because they do want tomatoes. So I'm going to take a tomato. I don't want any onions, so I guess my other choice will just be a carrot because I need to start accumulating points. Okay, over here. Lots of lettuce, and I know I want lots of lettuce, so I'm just going to take both of those lettuces and you just stack them up like so. And flip these over. Okay, over here. So I need to get I need to start getting cabbage because I need sets of that. And then I want lettuce and I want carrots. I don't want onions. There's all sorts of onions out there. Those are unpleasant. Now if I look to see what else is out there, this one gives me 4 points for cabbage, but minus 2 points for a yellow pepper, minus 2 points for an onion. Well, I know I don't want onions, so I might go ahead and grab this one just to help combo up my cabbages because it's always good to have cabbage combos. All right, over here. Now you see we've got some new cards that have come out. This one gives me, if I have an even total of yellow peppers, I get 7 points. An odd total of yellow peppers is 3 points. Same with carrots. Well, I don't want carrots at all. And actually, I don't want peppers at all. So neither of those are interesting to me. And this is 3 tomatoes for 8 points. Well, tomatoes are one of the things I'd like to have. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take that one because I certainly don't want the other guy to get it because the other guy's a jerk. Back over here. So now, fewest lettuces is 7 points. I see he's gotten all sorts of lettuces, so actually I like that one. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We'll stack that up here. And we go back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and move my face up a little bit. Oh. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just do and move me up a little and shrink me down. Bye. There we go. So now I can stack up my points a little bit on 2 rows, which I might need to do. Okay. So back over here, I'm seeing that I need lots of tomatoes. I don't see any tomatoes. And I would like to have onions are 1 point each. This is 5 points for every missing veggie type. Well, I can see there's 2 types of veggies I don't want to get. So I think I might do that and take that one because that might be something that's going to benefit me. That's probably going to make 10 points if I can avoid carrots and yellow peppers. Over here. So I've got something that's worth carrots, but I'm minus points for tomatoes. I've already got a tomato. I still need cabbages. There aren't any. And these onions are clogging up the works. So I guess I'm going to just eat up some carrots here and take both of them. All right, and there's our cabbage. We haven't seen a cabbage. Another one, all right. Over here, so over here, I need tomatoes. There aren't any tomatoes. I wouldn't mind lettuces. More lettuces are great for me. Tomatoes are good for me. So the only thing that's good for me, well, onions would be worth 1 point each. And 3 onions would be worth 8 points. And he's not taking onions. So therefore, I'm going to grab this one so that I can onion up. All right, over here. So cabbages, I definitely want both cabbages. I've been looking for cabbages. That's because more sets of this is going to be good for me. Okay, there's a pepper, there's a carrot. Over here, now I want onions because 3 onions is 8 points. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those 2 onions. And here, and here. Oh, pepper, pepper, pepper. I don't want peppers. That's not something I want at all. That's a negative thing for me. I do, however, I would like tomatoes. There aren't any. I'd like more lettuces. Fewest lettuces is 7 points. So I just don't want more lettuces than this player. That's going to be 2 tomatoes is 5 points. And that's going to be tomatoes and peppers, but no lettuces. I don't want peppers. That's carrots and lettuces are 1 point each. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take... I can take 1 lettuce. As long as I have fewer lettuces, then that's okay. So I'll go ahead and take 1 lettuce. And then I will take another carrot. All right, over here. I definitely need another onion to get my 3 onions. And then I don't want peppers. I don't want carrots. I could take another onion. That's points for me. So I'll go ahead and take another onion. Okay, so what you do if something runs out is you take the stack that has most, you take half of them, leaving the one on top that was there, and split it up. So now we're over here, and we would like to have another tomato, definitely. And then that gets us 2 sets of that. Cabbages are really good for me, so go ahead and take another cabbage. So we do that. Again, we take one of the stacks and half them. Okay, you go until you run out of cards. Take one of the stacks and half them. So we're nearing the end of the game. So go back over here. So now I can see I don't want the peppers, and I don't want the lettuces are 2 points each. So I'm going to go ahead and take both those lettuces. And we do that, and we do that. All right. So I would like to have that tomato, definitely, and the cabbage is good for me. And so now we do that, and now we go over here. And I'm pretty sure you go until all the cards are taken. I'm going to make sure of that and make sure you have to take cards. Because it might be you can draft 1 point or 2 veggies. Your turn is complete. You may flip something over, okay? And then turn in, game end when cards from both the point cards and veggie market have been drafted. So it looks to be you do have to take cards. So this is a point where you may decide to flip something over if something's going to hurt you, but you do have to take cards. I'm thinking that I may have, oh, no, you can take 1 or 2 cards, so it's fine. Okay, back over here. I definitely don't want the peppers. I will take the lettuce, and then I don't want that cabbage. So now I'm stuck because I have to take a second card. I get 5 points for each missing veggie type. So therefore, if I take either of these, I'm going to lose points. I will lose fewer points for taking the cabbage, and it takes it away from this player who doesn't want cabbages. All right, so over here, yellow peppers are going to hurt me, but I can't do anything about it. I'm going to have to take these 2 yellow peppers. Now I could kill this card, but I'm getting 4 points for every one of my cabbages, so it's worth it to go ahead and take the 2 yellow peppers, because I know that's going to put this person in this same situation, and they have to take this card, and then I have to decide if I want to lose this, because that's going to lose me points. Oh, you can't quite see everything. Let's move that up a little bit. There we go. And then we got 1 cabbage. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of the game. It's a quick game, as you can see. We've already played the game completely. In fact, the rules say after you've finished a game, you may choose to play multiple games, then add up your score. This is the kind of game that would be good for me to take to an environment where I'm dealing with people that aren't heavy-duty gamers, because it does introduce some interesting decisions. It's very easy to explain. You understand what's going on from looking at it. So let's go ahead and score the game. So the way you score is you look at all of your point cards, and you look at all of your veggie cards, and you can count all of your point cards for all of your veggie cards and all of your veggie cards for all your point cards. So if you've played other games like this, you know many of them require you to assign your cards, to say, all right, I'm going to put these cards here and these cards here. This one doesn't. So the way this works is you look at your whole thing, you look at each card and calculate it, and work through everything. So here, fewest lettuces is worth 7, so I've got 7 points. 4 points for each pepper, so that's 16, and 7 is 23, but minus 4 is 19, so 19. For each set of these 3, it's 8, so I have 3 of those, so that's 24, and 18 is, you know what, I should actually write these scores down, because this is a problem I've run into while I'm trying to do this. I forget my numbers, and I forget points, so I'm going to go get a little whiteboard. I'll be right back. And I'm right back. There we go. So now we can do it this way. Oh, the tally board. Come, Mr. Tallyman. Oh, hey, I can even do it here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like it's interactive and everything. So fewest lettuce is 7. This is 16, but minus 4 is 12. So that's 12. And then this one, each set is 8. I got 3 of those sets, so that's 24. And then this one is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I didn't get any onions, so 10. So that gives my score here of 9 and 4 is 13, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 53. So 53 for this player. Now we will set these aside and score this player. So same trick as before. You put out all your cards. Again, you can score all of your cards with all of your points. So now over here, 5 per missing veggie type. Those two were really annoying. That hurt. That was 10 points right there. That actually might be sort of a game-shifting situation. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 of the veggie types I am missing. What am I missing? Carrots. I didn't get any carrots. So I have 5 points for that card. Next, for each set of 3 onions, 8 points. I got 1 set of 3 onions for 8. Here, 2 points per tomato and 2 points per lettuce, but minus 4 per carrot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14. Here, 2 points per lettuce, 1 point per onion. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. And 3 points for each. That didn't work out so well. So there you go. I got skunked. I beat myself. So 10, 13, 20, so 43, 53 to 43. And it was the 10 points. So there you go. That wasn't as bad of a... Oh, wait, did I math right? Yeah, I mathed. No, I didn't math right. I was off by 10. This is 63. So there you go. There is Point Salad. So it's a nice game, actually, for what it is, for something that would either be a nice quickie filler game. It plays up to 6 people, so it's always nice to have a game that can handle a big group. I think it would get pretty slow for 6. I don't know that I'd play it with 6. That'd be a lot of downtime while you're waiting for your turn to go. But for a smaller group, or certainly for a situation where you're playing with people that don't play a lot of games, this would be a good one to break out. So it tickles the brain a little bit, gets you thinking about this, and then you can say, hey, if you liked this, we can play other games that do this kind of thing. And that's what I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for games that will be good for me to use. So, for example, Seven Wonders is a game that I enjoy with the Leaders expansion, but it can be very difficult to teach Seven Wonders to people the first time because there's a lot going on. So what I've learned to do is I play Sushi Go with people first. Sushi Go has the same drafting concepts as Seven Wonders and the same idea of scoring combos, but without all the complexity. So I'll play Sushi Go first, and then I'll say, now we've played Sushi Go, now let me teach you Seven Wonders. Robert, this is, I like this, especially if you play games typically with people that are not heavy gamers. This would be really nice. So this is going to go on my next cruise. This will be another cruise ship game for me. And I think it'll be fun down the road. I'll do an episode of my cruise ship games, the games that I take on cruise ships, because many times you're wanting games that are easy to teach, that are visually attractive, that I can explain quickly when someone walks up. So if I was sitting out in a public area playing this game and someone came up and said, what are you playing? I could explain this game in about a minute or less, and they could understand what's going on. And it's also fast enough that I could say, hey, if you want to have a seat, we'll be done in about 10 minutes, and we can play again, and you can join us. And I'm always looking for games that are like that. So that ends this episode, this quick episode of Board Games with Scott Live. Again, look for more of these. I'm going to continue to work through the games that I've purchased over the pandemic but haven't had a chance to play and explore them here on this stream with you. And so hopefully my internet connection will be good enough and these settings will help it to be visible. So we will talk to you all later. Take care.